Hello and welcome to another episode of Tales Across Time and Space, with 50% more production value off of zero. And we're joined by this usual
50% more. Wait.
And we're joined by our usual cast of crew, starting with
I'm Lilith. I'm a kitsune.
full pony. Full pony.
Full pony. Technically full pony. Yeah.
You're only...
I'm a full pony rogue.
I am Moon Snow, and he is a Leatherwing Full Pony Gloomstalker Ranger.
And he knows nothing.
Greetings, I am the great and powerful Razzle, the drunken monk. And I'm almost an Earth Pony.
I'm gonna get raised here, gosh.
Sun pony, too.
I am Bull, the Sun Kitty Arcana Cleric.
So last we left off, the party took a bit of a detour into the city of Neverwinter. You guys picked up some interesting goods there, didn't you, after we had signed off? We had discussed it at some point. I got some magical items.
Reed-filled cackling here.
Yeah, we had a shopping episode, so...
Yeah. Well, it was a shopping after episode, and you met a completely planned for NPC selling you some wares, where you dropped off the dragon hide and skin that you had picked up, and along with a pair of wings. And after assuring you that you would actually get a product, you left them with this tailor, and who knows what kind of armory that will be manufactured for our, air quotes, dear Lilith.
Wait, she's not a ruminant. Come on, get your tribes together, man. You're supposed to be the GM.
Hey, you guys all know I had nothing to do with Forgotten Past. Anyways,
which is why it's so confusing that you're... Which is why it's so troubling that you're confusing a full pony with a deer.
Exactly.
Alright, you know what? Leave the puns to me. Thank you very much. I do enough for everyone.
Don't let him do puns.
I will steal puns from him.
Nothing I said was a pun. Whatever.
You are implying a pun by synonyms. This is not neither here nor there. We are trying to do some adventures, maybe see a dungeon to go with this dragon. So yes, last we left off, then you were just... Did you guys leave Neverwinter, or have you already or did you go back to Phandelver?
We went back to Phandelver.
Okay. Alright, I didn't know if that was just me not updating the token, or if we actually did the leaving.
Yeah, I don't think we officially decided what we were doing yet.
No, because we went to Phandelver to finish up the quest there, so we would... And then we were going to go back to deal with the orc camp and that's...
Yes, yeah. You had talked... You finally got to an audience with Radoth the Druid, who mentioned that he had saw the Necromancer, though at the time he had a curious pony companion, which you guys had not seen before.
Yeah.
But yes, you are turning in some quests, right?
Right. Mainly the Banshee one, if I remember.
Yep. So the person you
I
have
don't
to
remember anything else we needed to do here.
someone wanted you to find out who was lurking near Old Owl Well, which was the Necromancer.
Yeah. Okay, well... I suppose we'll go to him.
Alright, so yes. First, though, you are looking to give the answer to Bo Gentle's spell book. I still can't believe that's a canon name. I just... Every time. Sister Grail. Oh! As you approach her, are you doing anything specific? Or just coming straight up to her in her little shrine to a god of luck?
I'll be doing flips, I guess.
The worst part is that's not out of character.
I can't argue that's not out of character.
Hold on, let me just pull up my sheet so I can roll.
Sure. Go ahead.
I'm
Well,
going
you're
to
to fail.
Razzle.
She gives you a polite golf clap.
I'll take it.
So, I assume by your theatrics that you were successful in inquiring with the Banshee?
Oh, we were. And be lucky that you're the one who we chose for the question, because two people wanted to know something from the Banshee, and she only gives one answer.
Yes, did I not tell you that?
I don't think you did, but...
Huh.
I was also very drunk when I got the quest, so...
Yeah.
She kind of looks at you a bit.
We're about to go there. Razzle went off and did it without us, and
Oh,
love Razzle, but sometimes it's hard to understand what you're thinking.
like the time where you thought two of your party members were Phoenix Wolves?
No, what was that?
Or that you had a fifth member?
Either.
So you... Well, anyways, So did you find out the true place of... Did you find out where Bogental's spellbook was last seen?
Yes, it was last seen at the castle of...
Yes, you tell her that what the Banshee told you was that the book was traded to a necromancer named Tessernorth from the city of Erebor more than 100 years ago.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, thank you so much for that articulately and exact resuscitation of that information you had found. That is definitely enough for us to resume the search. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Russell's going to put away the sticky note.
Yeah.
Hopefully sticky note glue is not made from horse. So, I'm sorry. So many windows. Alright, developments. Where are
As
you?
long as it's not Windows 98.
Okay, Sister Grail, sorry. I gotta get... Okay.
No, fallen blocks.
I'm saying, no, you don't have it quite right there, Thomas.
Actually, I was going more for...
on my flute.
I was going more for the Pokemon music than Tetris.
Nope. Oh, well. Oh, wait, no, apparently that's me, not Moon. So apparently I can't play the flute. Huh.
Hold on,
Russell's
Russell's
disappointed.
And she hands you... So anyway... Razzle continues the tradition of being able to just yank the flute and somehow eke out a performance. He doesn't play the flute at all, but he still performs quite admirably.
I do have it as a tool, I just forgot to click on it.
Oh, okay. Well, same thing then. Yeah, so she hands you a satchel.
Huzzah.
And she gives you a knowing wink as you take it from her.
What kind of monster is
A what?
Nothing.
So yeah,
I shall examine the satchel.
inside you find 3 vials full of a red viscous liquid. They're potions of healing, which you are promised. And a small pin with a symbol of a harp.
Let's see. I will give the pin to someone who can identify it.
I think that's our Catrick.
How shocking! It's a cat. It's a Catrick.
Yes, I can identify items. Would you like me to?
If you would.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna prepare a little bit to prepare the spell and figure out what the hell it is.
You can also, if you want, give me a history check.
Alright.
I prefer what the heavens it is, since you know we can call upon that too.
Yeah, I mean, I am definitely more of the heavens variety, but are you saying a history?
Yeah. Both Razzle and Volt realize that that's the symbol of the Harpers.
The Harpers?
Oh.
At another level, can you explain what that is?
They're kind of I'm not as familiar, unfortunately, because this is a D&D setting, so I'm not super. Basically, they're a guild that tries to kind of find things and use them for the best good they can be used for.
Okay. I think we ran across them in the other game.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah, they're pretty famous in D&D setting stuff. Yeah, they're the ones that we had the teleport gate in the other game through.
Yeah.
Or infamous. Depending on who you talk to.
Yeah. And their logo looks a bit like the Guinness harp.
So it's an item that belongs to the guild of helping people out.
I guess.
Alright, and if we need more information, I'm going to cast... what spell is that in? It's Detect Magic, or...
There's Detect Magic or Identify are the two ones in terms of magical items.
Identify, yeah. That's what it... Wait, do I not have Identify? Swear I do. What the hell is it not on my sheet?
Do know. I do not know.
Pretty sure I get Identify.
Well, let's do an Arcana check to at least see if it's magical.
Oh, no, I don't get...
Nope, yeah, you do not get Identify.
Yeah.
I don't think I get
That's the Detect Magic and figure stuff out about it.
You see no magical aura on the pin whatsoever.
Okay, there's no magic aura on it? Alright, so it's just a normal item.
Well, I'm fair if we run across any Harpers, they'll help us. I almost said helpers.
Well, the Harpers seem to be...
No, if you find the helpers, they'll harp you.
Ah! Don't give us harps? Awesome!
They'll beat us over the head with harps.
Yes,
So
they're...
if it is,
Go ahead.
if it is quote unquote just a shiny thing, then I nominate we give it to our shiny thing holder and move on.
Yes. Lilith, would you like to hold on to our shiny thing?
I was gonna say, like, I get that feat that allows me to, like, get, armor for wearing, like, jewelry.
Bedazzlement as armor.
The question is, will she hold on to it? The real question is, will she give it back?
Well, it's just a small trinket. From what I can tell, it doesn't
Actually, we just have to get us a newer, shinier thing to distract her.
Exactly. Too bad she's not the counter. I could just shine like a light spell at her and she would get distracted by it.
She's a very ADD little fox.
I'm sure you could do that anyway.
Yeah.
So the other one was a... Yeah, the other person you had a quest with was with a Darren Edermath. He was a retired adventurer farming in an orchard.
What was his quest?
Find out what was going on.
Necromancer.
Okay, so that's...
Okay, I'll hold on to the potions for now until we decide who we want to distribute them to.
That's primarily if you guys distribute it among yourselves, because I can technically heal you. And that way, if you guys all have the potions, if I go down, you guys can get me back up.
You said there was 3, right?
What?
Sorry, there's 3 of the potions, right?
Yep, 3 potions.
Okay.
So yeah, so if one for each of the other party members other than me.
Alright.
Because I don't need potions as much as you guys. You guys are the ones who are currently get smacked around a lot. If I ever need healing, I can heal myself for the most part.
We also need to talk to Brain. Use names. Is it Gundren Rockseeker?
Yep.
We need to talk to him about the location of Cragmaw Castle, or
No, you found you rescued him from Cragmaw Castle.
right.
Wave Echo Cave is the place you need from him.
Say that again.
Wave Echo Cave is the location you need from him. That was with his maps.
Wave Echo. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're basically like, you need to be this level to ride this cave.
And hey, guess what? You are now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's that we weren't a high enough level to enter the instant portal.
That's why we need to talk to him while we're here, though, so that way we can then decide, well, are we going back to deal with the orc stuff, or going to the cave, or what?
Yep. So yes, but
yeah, let's go talk to this guy, kind of tell him what we found out about the necromancer.
So yes, you see this silver-haired half-elf currently on a ladder picking some apples off the tree. Clearly not used to using the superior equine technique.
Yeah, I'm just going to buck the tree.
Magic? Superior technique of magic.
Hold on.
Athletics check? Or what would that be?
That would be athletics.
Let me see if I get advantage on athletics.
What would you?
Sorry. I rolled when I was a normal destiny.
Yeah, no, you're a sun pony.
You're a sun pony now, so
Yeah.
you have... Sorry. But yeah, you can do it! No.
You shake down a few apples loose. Darren seems nonplussed by the sudden buck. He finishes actually grabbing one more apple and slowly turns to face you. Well, it's been a while.
Yes.
I see you have companions. About to head out?
Well, we've already headed out, and apparently there was a necromancer researcher who's trying to dig out the area for their studies and such, finding out who lived there.
Necromancer?
Yeah, apparently they've just used their zombies to scare off people from like disrupting him.
I don't like the sounds of that. Did you find anything else about it?
We also found out from him that there's a group of orcs in the area that he's been keeping at bay, though they might just attack here.
Yes. Town Master Wester has been he actually posted a bounty on those orcs the other day.
Yeah? How much are they?
Didn't recall. I've been a bit busy here, and even though the red brands are, thanks to your handiwork, the red brands are gone, things aren't as quiet as I hoped in this town to be. You'd have to check with him yourself about that. But
Alright.
What's got?
Okay, seriously, does this guy actually give you any... Okay, maybe, does it... sorry, they are not the most organized with where what your rewards for completing the quest is.
Oh,
You have a good deed well done.
Oh.
The real treasure was our friendship.
Your treasure would have been XP, but we are off the XP system now.
Okay.
We're on to milestones, because I prefer having control over that. So yes. Yeah, he kind of... There's a moment where he kind of eyes you up. He spends a little longer... He almost just skips completely over Razzle and Lilith. Lingers a little longer on Moon before he's like, well, I won't keep you. Thank you for putting an old man's worries to ease. I have some people... He kind of folds up the ladder, hoists it over his shoulder, his other hand holding up the basket of apples. He says, now, if you don't mind, I have some people I need talking to.
Alright. And we got orcs to slay.
Alright. Okay. So yeah, he mentioned the town master had a bounty on those orcs. So yeah.
So I'm going to the town master.
Yeah, so you approach the town hall.
We're doing this as a team, of course.
Yeah, I imagine. It's just somehow Razzle became the group's face.
Razzle, once again, wander off without us, he get all these quests just because he's wrong and then doesn't remember details.
Yeah, as you...
We learn from our mistakes.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to go to the tavern, too.
Which tavern?
Here,
you know what?
Is there only one tavern, or?
Oh, okay.
Do you need more drink, Razzle?
Here, let's...
Of course.
Sorry, it's so many windows.
I think
it goes this one.
Because, yeah, you have the sleeping...
I mean, I guess we're off duty to be cautious, don't get yourself in trouble.
That, Oh, hey, that's how I marked where you had been. I had thrown down different little Razzles.
That's right.
All the Razzles. Holy crap, Razzle learned how to multiply.
Razzle used double team. His evasion rose.
That was actually really fitting on the move you would go.
But, yeah. So. I just realized I forgot to have the chat up. But yes, okay. Come on. Snap. There you go. Thank you. Okay. But yes, right. So yes, because there's a Stonehill Inn and the Sleeping Giant Tavern. So you were heading to the tavern then?
I believe so.
Okay.
Is he going to be trying to get some more of that scramble?
I don't know. Are you?
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right. You approach the tavern. It still does. Even with the red brand, it's gone. Business does not seem to have picked up much here. There's still a bit of a curse on the place, so to speak. As you walk in, you see a single female, what you assume to be female dwarf, sitting there just cleaning out a mug. What do you do?
I'm going to walk up to the barns, put down my bits and just go, your strongest stuff.
Funny horse come back for more scramble?
Yep. My horse does.
Well, good news. I have been working on distilled scramble. Even though it is normally already distilled, I have distilled it even further.
Now you're speaking my language.
Be careful. It can be you. It may explode if you look at it wrong. Okay, did you guys follow him in here? I want to establish that bit of the scene right now.
Yeah, because I had Scrumble last time and I passed the Constitution check with ease. So yeah.
Okay.
Moon doesn't think there's anything wrong with it.
All right. So yeah, this is concentrated Scrumble. So you see her putting on like heavy leather gloves, pulls a welder's looking mask on, grabs a set of tongs and kind of pulls. You see her pulling something open under there, and there's just a cloud of you start seeing like cold mist billowing through the cracks in the bar.
I'm sure this is just for show, right?
You see her grab a set of tongs, hang them down, pull something out and set it on the counter, and then set down the tongs, which you note are starting to warp.
What the fuck is this?
Now you see her put on a second set of gloves. These are like they look like it's almost lead-coated gauntlets now. And she puts it up. She sets down 2 thimbles, size shot glasses. She pours a couple of drops. She hasn't even poured it yet. Let me finish this theatrics.
Yeah, sure, Russell. I mean, come on. We have to drink it together.
She pours just licking his lips then and
she pours. This thing is like in a small like little hooch jug kind of thing, like you see in like stereotypical kind of things. She pours a couple of drops into one, a couple of drops in the other, and quickly sets it down into the thing before her gauntlets melt. What? Why am I seeing something whispered?
Are you sure that's safe for consumption?
Hey, you just a heads up, Lilith. If you're whispering to me, you gotta whisper to the right account.
Oh, no, I thought that was with Moon.
Yeah, that got sent to me.
How did it get sent to you?
I don't know. Did you send it to camera?
No.
Because
I got it.
Weird.
I sent her 2 whispers. I got one back, and I don't know what you're talking about.
It showed up on my shared stream feed.
That's weird.
yeah.
Sorry, let me get my tabs just quick shorted here.
Yeah, I sent that to Moon. It even says to Moon Snow.
Huh.
Can the camera just see all the whispers?
Well, it's weird because I can't see the whisper on my screen.
We know who's really in charge here. It's like the cameraman.
Anyways.
You're not? Oh.
So she quickly puts it away as you see the lead kind of just starting to disintegrate off the outer layer of the gauntlets. Now, drink up quick before it eats the glass.
All right. To our adventuring crew, whatever we call ourselves.
Oh, that's right. I never did
Baby
it.
dragons.
Right. Constitution check. Give me a second. This is not gonna go well. Should I use my inspiration for? Nah.
Well, I was gonna say you have disadvantage.
Wait, what?
Oh, we have disadvantage?
Well, you it's still 16 for you, but you have to roll a second time there, Moon.
You said nothing about disadvantage.
Well, unfortunately, the DC is 20. Not really. The disadvantage was the more thing. It was I set it at 15. So you both just sit there. Both you see something coming out of their, like nostrils, ears, but they seem to be holding themselves up.
Are you two okay?
Huh. They did not pass out. Must be weak batch.
Yeah.
Then I guess we need another hit.
I I concur with my good friend here. I think this is the most fun we've ever done.
Oh, God. I mean, you guys are both plastered right now. I mean, that check was just to avoid losing consciousness.
Oh.
I'm going to point out here just the mere presence of this stuff. The mere presence of the stuff dissolves metal. The only reason I'm not asking Razzle to roleplay it a little more is that Razzle doesn't... Drunk is default.
I'm like, when doesn't Razzle roleplay?
What was that little die there for?
That's for me, because I'm trying to figure out what kind of drunk moon is.
I swear we've figured this out before. I swear this actually is coming up before.
Don't explode.
Yeah, you guys got, because you managed to stay conscious, you got it for 5 gold.
Alright.
Okay.
Also, as you notice, there is a fresh basket of apples on her countertop right now, actually.
Yeah, it's half gone already.
Oh, you're a hungry drunk?
Oh, wait, the basket of apples.
Wait, no, that's wrong. No, I was mixing up stuff. Never mind.
Yeah, I think the actual Tony would probably look at the apples.
Well, yeah, so... Now, anything else I can do for you?
Are you guys okay?
Stop whispering! Why is my cameraman can see the whispers?
Dang it! Right now.
I don't know what setting's causing it. Are you whispering to the character?
Yes.
That's-
Oh wait, that's why. Because my whispers to you had been to you, not your character. This last one I just did was to Lilith, not Kitsune.
So that's why I'm...
So when
because
you whispered to Moon Snow, that's why.
Yeah, because the cameraman, to see you guys properly on the stream, the cameraman has to have access to all your guys' characters. So it sends it to anyone who can control that character. Mystery solved. Do.
Mystery solved prediction.
I have to use my explosive breath now.
I'm going to say for you, just because you managed to make your save on that, you don't have to have a drink on you the next time you use it.
Yeah.
Because that stuff is so concentrated, it's not leaving your system until it burns.
Okay.
But apparently Moon has also managed to prove himself in the drinking thing, so he didn't pass out for the first thing of Scrumble, and he didn't pass out from the concentrated, even with disadvantage. So...
I don't imagine the character's like, I'll be fine.
Moon, that's a closet.
What?
Like I said, you're still drunk. I was joking that you tried to go outside and you went into a closet instead.
I never said I tried to go outside.
Also, see if you can recognize directions. Drunkenness.
Let's ask if she can fill out my water skin with like alcohol.
I can do
Maybe
this.
like a bag of apples.
Sorry. Apples are already spoken for. Fresh shipment just arrived today. If you want apples, talk to men in orchard, like I do.
Oh, what are you using the apples for? A cider?
Scrumble. It's apples. Well, mostly apples.
How do you get so much alcohol out of apples?
It mostly apples.
Deliciously.
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly. You got,
Secret recipe. Learned it from which?
Problem with that? Apples are great. Don't you be down talking apples.
I'm talking apples, you dumb fox.
I'm not dumb, you're dumb. You take that back.
Make me. Gonna enable PvP.
No. I think we're getting our one true pairing here. Moon / Razzle OTP. Sorry, Lilith.
Razzle, don't kill my boyfriend.
Does the party need AC?
Matches.
I'm gonna have you say you have disadvantage here. I'm gonna point out you are stone drunk.
But that's why I was using strength instead of dex.
You are effectively poisoned, condition wise.
Fine. Gosh.
Well, in the case of it, since I usually roll ties in favor of players, since this is PvP, I'm going to roll ties in favor of defender in that case.
So just
You calls out a punch. This is going to be non-lethal, by the way.
I figured.
You're even worse than I am.
Oh, I'm a monk. I get another one.
Well, this is the first round of combat, then technically I should get another, and I should have advantage, but...
I'm gonna point out you are considered drunk under this scenario, so you do have disadvantage.
Okay. Alright, I'll just move myself to disadvantage. So I didn't even roll initiative. Alright, so then I guess the 7 would have been the first one.
Yeah. Well, I'm figuring the 7... Yeah, whatever.
No.
Either way, you guys miss each other. You know what? You guys end up in what looks like a hug.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You guys are vaguely trying to punch behind the other one, but it ultimately ends up looking like a hug.
After a moment, Moon stops and says, I didn't know you cared about me like a brother.
I didn't know either.
the bartender. The bartender just.
That's okay.
The bartender just looks over this and says, "I miss Red Brand. They did not have gay horse love."
No, Moon specifically said that he doesn't swing that. He specifically said that.
It doesn't matter what you say.
I don't love you, but that's okay.
Actions speak louder than words.
Lies.
Meanwhile...
Wait, did she say that thing about gay horses out loud?
Yes, she did.
You take that back!
Get out.
No, you get out.
She reaches down beneath the counter and pulls out the... You would swear this is a siege crossbow that someone ripped off its mounting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drag Moon by his tail. Come on, boy. Don't piss off the barmaid.
That's an apple!
I am also assisting with this striking him off before he gets himself in trouble.
I am also assisting in striking him off.
I gotta touch him! Yeah.
Wait. Okay, quick question. I know this was something we discussed last time. I can't remember. How many tails does Moon have?
I think it's only 2.
Okay, because I was picturing if he had 3, each party member pulling one of the tails.
Yeah. If you're fine with him having 3, then he has 3. I just didn't know.
That's fine.
It could be two tails in one ear.
So yes, alright. So we have a drunk Moon and Razzle. What do you guys do?
I guess we're going to the mayor now.
Okay, so at this point, I'm picturing Razzle has experience enough to try to at least attempt to fake being somewhat sober. Moon,
Yeah, or he can perform sober.
just yeah.
He's totally sober.
We are so...
And you wouldn't let him. You're back in the lake like me.
Boy. Just, wow. Just, yes, mayor's office. It's a small, it's a small building in the middle of town. The door is, you see on the door itself is posted, "What wanted? Orc problem. Reward 100 gold."
I am going to grab the wanted poster and say, well, we got a job now, please.
I'm not sure that's... Sure, we got a job now.
To the orcs. Charge!
Also, the,
Oh, God. Well, should we, try and stop them?
Moon, I'm going to ask you to make a wisdom check. No disadvantage. The fact that you're making this check, you have to make this check at all, is just due to your inebriated state. You remember there's someone you should be talking to at the inn.
Okay, we're going where instead? Or...
Well, Razzle said onward to fight the orcs, but...
But what about our dwarf? Why are we doing about our dwarf? When he's treasure stuff? You said he would tell us when we're better. We took out dragons, so we're better. So he needs to tell us where the thing is.
You're right. We'll find a way to handle it. Now, what do you do?
I've got to talk. Yeah, I guess we'll tell him how awesome I am for beating the dragon up.
Oh yeah, you two were amazing and awesome. Why don't you two just, relax here a moment? We'll all go home together once we're ready to go, okay?
Roll deception. Unless you're being genuine, then it's persuade.
Yeah, I feel like this is a persuasion check.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if you were trying to get them to just lay down and then go actually visit themselves, or if you're being genuine here.
Oh, I am both, but...
Well, you're really good. Really good with that persuasion. Because you're a cat. Anyways.
Well, that's why Russell failed that per court check against the tree.
Really?
I have it listed in my notes, athletics and acrobatics are per core.
Oh.
It's actually on my character sheet. So yes, that's prepared.
My God, you guys.
I'm gonna quickly head back to the tavern and ask for a brewer's kit. Or brewer's tools.
You just see that there's a... You're about to knock on the door, and then the door blasts off across the lane, and there you see a smoking dwarf. There was quite a loud boom. What do you do?
I'm going to clap my hooves together. Ooh, fireworks!
Yeah, that's fair.
Too much not apple. Good
Do you
team.
need more apples?
She falls
Full
unconscious after that statement.
Alright, I'm like, can I just take the brewer's kit and then leave money?
Or, you could go to a shop.
I guess I could do that too.
Yeah, but is that what a drunk person would?
Yes, but you're talking to someone who makes a living off of being drunk.
It's true.
I'm just gonna roll a wisdom saving throw here.
That's fair.
Oops.
She doesn't need it. She's unconscious.
Alright. I'm just going to go and take things and leave money. How much does the brewer's tools cost?
X gold and Y silver.
Okay, I'm also going to leave a note saying I did it.
Well, good thing there's no Pokemon City.
Sorry, you were asleep. I bought your tools. Here's some money.
This won't come up at all later. It's 20 gold.
Okay. I don't even have enough of that, dude.
You leave 3 sickles and a dung bomb.
Gosh darn it, guys.
Right. I was going to say, how did you not have enough? But then I remembered, oh yeah, you guys had a shopping spree recently.
Yeah.
The best shopping spree.
Let me see what I got here.
Wasn't there some loot you guys need to sell off too?
Maybe?
How much is a short sword?
Short swords are worth 10 gold pieces.
Okay, so if I leave that, then that'll be at least 14 gold. And I got 110 silver, 409 copper, 20 EP.
I'm going to point out, if you have 110 silver, that's 11 gold right there.
Oh, okay, cool. So I will give my 3 gold and my 1 counterfeit gold, and then all my silver.
I'm done.
That's so original! Thought process for a drunk person, isn't it? I don't know, I've never been drunk. I'm trying to guess here.
And to be fair, I don't...
Oh, when I'm drunk, I dump people. So I don't know.
Oh dear. Okay, anyways, let's kind of keep this PG-13 here.
Okay.
It's like you automatically assume that that's what it's going to jump to. Wow.
Well, I was more referring to...
Literally.
I was more referring to,
That's all she's doing.
I was more talking about Lilith talking of jumping, but... Anyways,
I picture my brewer's tools.
yes, I picture you just you leave some coins and there's the short sword is stabbed into the woodwork with holding up the note. Doesn't look threatening at all.
Yeah, it's so long like a apology. I'm sorry for I didn't know where to else go for this, so I just bought your tools. Sell the sword and take this money.
Except for your handwriting while drunk is even worse. It's just so you just see passed out, took your stuff, sword, see you dead or something like this. What she gets out of it.
Signed Razzle Dazzle. No, actually, no. His name is Raspberry Punch. Razzleberry Punch. There we go.
Oh, I did not know that was your actual full name. Huh.
Yes.
There's something
we know.
So yeah,
Knowledge is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
For reference, that kit is like I think. Oh crap! I just had the page open.
And there we go. And now put it in my full description name. Razzleberry Punch.
The kit weighs 9 pounds.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright, so Razzle replies with more drinking supplies. Surprising no one. But yeah, so what do you guys do now? You know that Moon had insisted on seeing this dwarf, but right now is a little too inebriated to be much use of anything else. So what do you do?
Am I fine? I mean, oh God, let's find something to keep him here for a bit.
Alright. I think you can kind of let him get a little sobered up there. So he's
Take your time.
Yeah.
So what does a brewer's tool actually look like?
They're tools that you use to brew.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm just like carrying a giant barrel on my back, like.
That's what I'm kind of picturing, but let me see if there are better stuff for the tools in Xanthar's guide here. So 1 second.
Yeah.
Potter's tools. Use those to make lightning-shaped scars. Brewer supplies. Components could include a large glass jug, quantity of hops, a siphon, and several feet of tubing.
Okay.
let's go to the hop.
Oh, here's a fun thing you can do because we're using these rules here.
Mm-hmm.
With the brewer supplies, you can, part of a long rest, you can purify up to 6 gallons of water or 1 gallon as part of a short rest.
That's useful.
And some things you can do with there, for example, you can detect poison impurities in a drink as a DC 10 check, 15 to identify specific alcohols, and DC 20 to ignore effects of alcohol.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. They give you a bunch of little things you can do with the various kits in there. So
Okay, I'm going back to the town where the inn. Yeah, that's right.
yes.
Look what I bought.
Watching to make sure he didn't get himself in trouble by the way.
Yes, Moon, you have started to sober up, but the hangover has already kicked in.
Oh, that's awful.
Razzle's just more or less sinking down back to normal drunk levels, so he doesn't have to experience it yet.
But I rolled so low for my constitution check.
Yeah, I know, but I'm sorry. It's two things.
Grumble.
First off, it's Scrumble. Second off, it's Razzle, who I'm gonna say he's a drunk monk Earth Pony. I think he can handle his liquor a little better than you can.
Except the first time we had Scrumble, I handled it just fine and he didn't.
That was
gonna have got like some sort of immunity to Scrumble.
That was standard scramble. This was concentrated.
It was more
Scrumble. I'm just saying that I didn't establish that I handle Scrumble better than he does. So
yeah, too bad.
Whatever. It's
It's because I mixed drinks that time. You don't mix beer and liquor.
also, I think Razzle has learned long ago to keep drinking water while drinking alcohol to kind of prevent the hangover. Or just drink more alcohol, I guess, in Razzle's case. Regardless, okay, this is neither here nor there, and I really should not be the one talking about this.
Anyway, to the inn.
You're in the inn.
All right. What were we doing here again? Oh yeah, dwarfy guy.
Yes, dwarf.
Oh, Shorty, are you here?
Not that short.
A vertically challenged person, are you here?
I have a name. In fact, I was the one who hired you, so technically I was your boss for there a bit. So if you don't remember my name, that's a bit insulting.
Look, I believe this guy back from Scrundle.
Scrungle? What?
Yes, Scrundle Town.
What are you talking about, boy?
We are very inebriated, my friend.
Is it Timmy? Did Timmy fall down the wall? Be careful!
What, are you saying you had breakfast scotch?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner scotch. All in one.
Yeah, I think I have all the scotch.
Oh. Well, so you done gallivanting around the countryside then?
Yes. We beat a dragon up.
You did a what?
Awesome. I can breathe fire now. Wanna see?
Son, I don't think beating up a dragon lets you breathe fire.
And Foxy Lady got her brand of destiny. We need to celebrate that.
Wait, I thought you kind of were born with those symbols.
My kind, yes. She's Foxy canine thingy, half pony. So complicated for her.
So still part of your kind, though.
She's half my kind, I think.
Oh, look. As much as I want to hear about your culture, which I don't, we need to find my brothers.
Yes.
Our
Where
brother.
are we going?
He rolls out the map to you. You're going here, as we switch out of Phandelver to the map. It's the map. It's the map. It's the map. Map. As he makes a little mark on the map. What'd you just... reveal areas.
So, what area?
The one on the map.
Covering it.
There, it's uncovered. So yeah, there's Wave Echo Cave right there.
Oh, okay. I was looking for like, where is it?
Not far from the
Didn't
town,
realize it was
actually.
so close.
Well, yeah, that's why this town was founded. Ruins of the old stuff that used to go to this area, but most in the foothills. Now, I would join you on this quest to save my family, but I don't want to. I've had enough of these goblins.
What a good brother you are.
I'm not much of a
Pat,
fight.
pat, pat.
I'm a good brother because I'm sitting you lot. Okay, maybe not that good of a brother, but as he looks over the crew that he is putting the hands of the lives of his family in. Still, try to bring them back alive, or at the very least, not undead.
Don't worry. We will bring them back in one piece, I think.
Preferably one piece with a pulse.
Yes. That'd be good too. We have a cleric. I'm sure they can resurrect people now.
Oh, don't throw me under the bus here.
Also, preferably a dwarf, so none of that reincarnation crap.
Above board. Now we've had to do that reincarnation crap.
It's too bad it's almost like it would be great if you knew a druid or something that could do that for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so tempted to make my next character the Druid of Spores. By the way.
You can't just kill off Razzle now. He's the first one to get an artifact.
No, I'm not gonna kill him off, but like if he dies, like
I said, you can't kill him off.
Yeah.
Don't you dare go suicidal on us, buddy.
Or kamikaze.
Yeah, I think we've established that Razzle's pretty like suicidal anyway, like regardless of what I do.
At the very least, Razzle may have some very stern words waiting for him in the afterlife. And probably a face huff.
Anyway.
Alright, any last minute preparations before you guys head off?
I think we'll probably haven't stayed.
Yeah, no. That's why I figured you were going to head off in the morning.
Okay. Then I can't think of anything aside from...
I was going to say, we'll be like, alright, let's go now.
And he falls over flat on his face.
Hold on. God, you are always so...
He's a happy drunk.
He's a good happy drunk.
If he gets sober, he gets a bit more morose.
We need to get more drunk.
He goes goth when he gets sober.
What is that? Are you literally saying that he has no ability to actually not be? What? That's insulting.
I don't know. I'm making jokes. I do that.
I know. I'm joking too. Yeah.
Alright, so how much gold is it to sleep in the broom closet?
Honestly, with all the stuff you've done for the town, they say, hey, they waive your fee for the night because you're... Actually, no, Rockseeker pays for your room for the night because he wants you to actually be so...
This is like I run out of gold.
He wants you to be somewhat sober to give. He's considering it an investment.
Yeah.
All right, so morning comes. Both, notably, Lilith and Razzle, your sleep continues to be without dream.
Okay, that's good. At least.
Oh my gosh, wait, Razzle's the one without any issues with the dream? What is this?
And this is different for you, Lilith, because you've had dreams, but ever since that one point, you've just not had any dreams.
Okay.
They're being stolen. Dream Eater did.
Oh no, there's a drowsy.
Nightmare used his Dream Eater attack.
She stole hit points. And you no longer desire to play the piano.
Ooh. Do you have a desire to play the piano?
Yes.
Monster.
That monster. How could she?
Okay, at least I haven't displeased the evil goddess yet.
Oh yeah, trust me, if you displeased her, you would know.
Yeah.
You would be dead.
No. He's still a useful tool.
Yeah, I just get like nightmares.
Your favorite tool.
He's your favorite tool, if you know what we mean.
PG-13. PG-13, guys.
Okay.
But I had to go there.
We do not want Razzle to be able to play his own progeny. So yeah, on that note, you guys set out. I assume for the cave?
I think we're still going to the orcs, right?
Well, the orcs...
It looks like the cave is on the way to the orc. Unless we're really going to go all the way to the orcs, take care of the orcs, and then head up.
Well, and then if you go all the way to the orcs, you may as well kind of go up to the necromancer if you're out there. So yeah, no, it's... In terms of logistics and time scale, I'm willing to bet that it's... You probably assume it's better to go to the cave than to the tour.
Okay. I was more thinking our character was like, okay, well, is the cave with the no return? Like...
No.
Okay.
I mean, you're probably going to want to finish it once you show up.
Yeah, alright. We'll go to the cave first then.
Okay.
I was just thinking of like the... Oh, well, if we go to the cave, there might be like a portal or something that like opens up and sucks up somewhere else.
Excuse me while I quickly use some notes.
Say, screw the necromancer, we're going off to other worlds or other time or whatever. I am okay with this.
Other times,
Things get unfinished all the time.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why they have to hire us adventurers to do things.
Yeah, I'm just a completionist when it comes to games and such. It's like, I still have this quest.
Alright, now it's going to take me a bit here because I totally forgot to put you guys' tokens in.
Yeah.
Okay, where's the entrance here?
Slow clap.
Only 3 claps because, well, it's too much effort and coordination to do beyond 3.
Okay. See if I'm smart. I'm gonna find the ruins of Thunder Tree. Once again, and if you happen to be watching this, thank you for your continued visual support of my insanity here.
Yay! Insanity!
The insanity.
The insanity?
Well, at least it isn't a humanity. Manatee.
Oh, the hue.
Those are just an assault on the eyes.
Paste. Alright, now let me increase you to proper size.
I am a giant. Everyone who drinks Grumble gets huge.
Hey.
And Lilith, set your hit points to their max. Because you did have a long rest.
Yes.
We've had at least 2 long rests, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well,
Okay, before... Because
we?
it takes a little over a day to get out here. So, Razzle, as you have a dream. It's a simple dream. I'm not going to go into the speech, even though I was tempted to do so, but basically, you get a message. It's not you're not really given a chance to respond or anything. It's just like basically the nightmare says there's something there is an oddity within here, and she is uncharacteristically uncertain about it, but she is counting, basically says she's counting on you to be her eyes and ears in this scenario. Something is blocking her, so to speak.
Okay.
And she unlocks a new power of your amulet.
Ooh.
Fun fact, this power would have been for you if you had chose to fight the predators. Alright. Once per day, you may cause someone to frenzy for a minute. When someone frenzies, they can deal extra damage equal to their proficiency modifier and gain 1 temporary hit point per level. While in this,
can I get that in writing, please?
Yeah, I will toss this into the chat. Oh, wait, this is once per short rest. Note, you don't have to do this to yourself. You get a modified version of it.
Yeah. Oh, the awkward thing about having control as my push to talk is I don't want to coffee or pay something.
But yeah, so you can cause someone to frenzy, deal extra damage equal to their proficiency modifier, and 1 temporary hit point per level. But while frenzied, they suffer disadvantage against being charmed by pony character. Any pony character has advantage on charisma checks against the frenzied target.
Okay.
So, for example, if you frenzied Volt, everyone in the party would have advantage on telling Volt what to do.
Right.
Why would you want to mind control me, though?
Well, that's the thing.
It's not mind control, I'm just making you angry.
You do that without even trying.
Bolt, take inspiration for that.
I'm probably joking.
I'm not. Take inspiration. I'm trying to be...
I have inspiration? Sweet! Yay! I have to remember those.
Man, I got so many little features now, my resources.
Yeah. I'll probably, after this adventure is done, simplify it to a common resource where you can use your charges to do stuff.
Okay.
So. Alright, but...
I was gonna say, I'm gonna nerf my wizard monk.
Well, no. Basically, you'll have 1 charges plus additional charges for every loyal follower you have in sight.
Ah, okay. Hey, you wanna join my cult?
Okay, so
What
anyway. So yeah.
I won't join any party that doesn't have kick and balloon. The Pinky Party.
And for the sake of this, right now Lilith counts as a follower.
Okay.
Good out, Lilith. You have importance to be recruited today.
Yes. Yeah,
Yay!
Great, and I feel like Castleberry from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Carnations!
Okay.
Anyway,
Razzle,
Liz, since you're the light, would you like to go ahead, or shall I light a torch?
You can light a torch.
Alright, what's
Alright, I can go ahead. I can be a scout. I can scout all the things.
Well, he probably wants a torch regardless.
Yeah, okay, I can't remember, does use up a torch if I light it, or?
Yeah. I'm not gonna micromanage you on that.
Okay. I'm just saying, I have 9 torches, so I'm like...
Well, quick question, is the vision set to 120 feet? Or does that matter?
Let me check here. Yep.
Okay.
Alright, one thing I have to double check on Razzle here. All players see light. Yeah, it's kind of funny. You have this magic amulet of the nightmare. Doesn't give you dark vision.
Yeah, I was gonna say, once I reach like level 10 or something, I'm taking that feature that I can basically be mutated by her.
Oh,
I
by
can
the
get
way,
dark vision that way.
Volt. Slight errata here. Yeah, we realized that you don't actually have dark vision. We are correcting that. That was a mistake in the system.
What? Oh.
Well, in Pathfinder, the Suncats only had low light vision, and somehow they ended up with dark vision 120. So
I don't lose my dark vision.
yeah. Sorry, stuff from the second edition core book there.
That's it. I quit. GG guys. No, just
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, they ruined my character. Okay, anyway.
Well, to be fair, you're a sun cat, not a moon cat.
Unless somebody converts me.
Well, we never did find out who your goddess was.
No, it's the author.
That's right, the author.
I mean, a lot of people will probably claim, okay, so you don't actually have a god, but...
Anyway.
So yes, alright. As you enter this cave, you find that most deadly of cave-dwelling creatures. Box. Text.
Dun dun dun!
The entrance tunnel leads into a large cavern supported by a natural pillar of rock containing three stalagmites. In the western part of the cave, behind the column of rock, are... Is this the right area? Yeah, this is the right area.
I think these are the three stalagmites on between.
Yeah. Behind the column of rock are... Anyways, behind the column of rock are 3 bedrolls and a heap of ordinary supplies. Sacks of flour, bags of salt, casks of salted meat, lantern, flasks of lamp oil, pickaxes, shovel, and other gear. Amidst the supplies you see the body of a dwarf miner, dead for, at this point, a couple of months. The northeastern section of the cave has collapsed, forming a 10-foot wide, 20-foot deep pit. A sturdy hemp rope is tied around the nearby stalagmite and dangles down to the side of the pit, at the bottom of which is a rough-hewn tunnel leading northwest and east. What do you do?
Well, I have a practical joke if we find the brother.
Brothers, actually, I was wrong on the number there.
But still, my practical joke can still apply. We just bring the skeleton.
It's not a skeleton, it's just a rotting corpse.
Oh, that's mean. Why would you want to scare the guy like that? Like, Frank, your brother's not dead.
Because I'm chaotic neutral.
True.
So?
He's a chaotic neutral in service of a lawful evil deity, so how that works, you don't know.
Actually, I would agree with more.
Alright, can I make any alcohol from this?
From what?
Well, there's flour here, and
Okay.
I'm just like...
Okay, I was really worried.
I'm not gonna make alcohol out of the dead corpse.
Okay, I was worried about that, actually. Because we're talking about the corpse, and suddenly say, "What can I make alcohol from the stuff here?" And it's like,
No, bad, stop! Why are you doing this?
This is not okay. This is not okay.
Okay, anyways, so yeah.
No, we're fine.
Alright, I guess, one of the things we can do is probably just examine the stuff, like see if there's anything good to find other than the supplies.
Looking through the supplies, yeah, you realize this is definitely, basically, you see a familiar sigil on it for the Rockseeker clan. You think this would be either, what's their name? Nundro or Tharden. You can't really tell which. If you were here sooner, it would have been a little easier, but...
Yeah, I'll just take the sigil and... I'll pocket it. I'm like, do I have to actually hide it from Lilith so she doesn't steal it?
He also sees
I don't think you'll ever have an option with her.
He also
just
sees...
do my sleight of
Even
hand.
if it's hidden, I'll probably eventually find it.
Yeah.
Especially with a role like that.
I'm pretty positive that while all of you were sleeping, she just goes through everyone's bags.
What? You get it up?
I
I took the tape from the tails. Oh, no.
Okay, well, you do that. I should let you know I have a penthouse in my bags.
Also, you notice he's wearing some really nice looking boots.
Oh, man, another stylish boots there.
I want them.
Pair.
Hey, you're his follower. That means he's supposed to be getting paid.
Yeah!
He's already stealing all our money. I think that counts enough for being paid.
But yeah, so, yeah, you found the sigil, a pair of nice boots, and the dwarf corpse.
Oh, the dwarf
Decorate
smith.
them
Okay.
with ruby.
Yeah, we gotta pick one of the dwarf boots.
Are you
Yeah, if we
sure?
try hard enough.
Alright. I'm going to start to move. Okay, that is a dead.
Oh yeah, I probably should update. I'm gonna shift ping here, so we can get the... Why am I not seeing anything on the view screen? There it goes. Yeah.
Which way are we going?
That's a good question. Thomas, which way are we going?
Well, there's a giant pit in front of you.
Okay.
And
did we
there-
come from
and-
the southwest?
Yeah, you came from down here.
Yeah. On rolls. What do I see?
Well, Razzle's standing over a pair of nice boots.
I see.
You see
is
some,
that, like
there is some
Wait,
tunnels
how-
going that way. I will reveal them once you get to the bottom. Razzle, give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Come on, drunken luck. Should have moon roll first.
Arcana? Arcana for what?
The boots.
Oh, I noticed boots. I don't know. Older knows what it is.
Comeuppance has come to the moon.
Fair enough. I think I deserved it at this point.
You recognize that, you realize that you kind of dismiss it because, Razzle looking at the corpse of a dead dwarf and talking about brewing. But you realize, as you're about to walk over the pit, like, wait, those are boots of springing and striding.
Ooh.
Wow.
What do they do again?
Well, I'll tell you. In song. Not really.
Oh. I was like, I'm waiting.
First that whole fall up and everything. Never mind.
We were gonna have our first Pinkie Pie moment.
Downside is since there's no short legs in the party, it's not going to help us quite as much.
Yeah, while you wear these boots, your walking speed becomes 30 unless your walking speed is higher, and your speed isn't reduced if you are encumbered or wearing heavy armor. In addition, you can jump 3 times the normal distance, so you can't jump further than your remaining movement would allow. requires attunement.
Did you say my speed increases?
No.
It doesn't decrease.
Okay.
So
I mean, jumping is awesome. Like, I wouldn't mind that, but...
it's just a hop, spring, and a jump.
Mm-hmm.
So move your little rump.
Though, I do think that Volt probably, like, would benefit the most from this, since she's the armor wearing one.
Yes.
Do you accept, Volt? Volt?
Volt? Poke, poke.
About? With?
Boots of, Strident.
Yes, I noticed your boots of striding, which I think means, sorry, I was spacing out a moment.
Your speed doesn't increase when you're wearing heavy armor and you can jump better.
Yeah, that's kind of useful for me.
Mhm.
Especially if I was to get heavier armor, that would be nice.
Yeah, I figured since you're the only one who, like, actually wears heavy armor.
Yeah, like everyone else is just squishy little floppies. This would actually give me an excuse to possibly get heavier armor.
I don't even wear armor.
Exactly. So I'll add it to my inventory even if I don't know how long I have to wait to get in, but boots of
Springing and,
Swinging and striding.
and strutting.
and I'll take them and I go, oh, thanks, this would be wonderful if I start getting better armor.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Russell.
And when you start strutting, it plays that one like 70s disco strutting music. I don't know the name of the song. You know, like the.
Oh, and
Yeah.
wait, is that a minor magical effect? So now I just have like all this music playing. My new staff and have these boots?
Well, yeah, if you.
I just have like this own personal MP3 player now, basically.
Sure.
Yeah, but they play at the same time, so it's like...
Oh. I would ask for not...
Alright, Staying Alive. Staying Alive. That's what it plays. When you start strutting. I cannot believe that was... I had that hard of a time figuring that out, so...
Yeah, I was like, wow, you were taking all that.
Okay, so we have... how are the rest of you guys getting down?
I'm going to acrobatics my way down, I guess.
So,
Okay, slow fall. That's right.
okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Okay, Lilith and Volt, you're the last two that need to descend.
Oh, of course, then I'll descend, yeah.
Yep. I'll send.
How are you descending?
How? Yeah.
Carefully? Quietly?
I think just what deck are you making to?
Oh,
Like, there is a rope there, but, unfortunately,
can I just take 10?
well, what's your strength athletics bonus?
My athletics is 1.
Wait, that's if you're... What?
Yeah, I don't think I want to try this if I don't have to, but I can. I mean,
Okay,
technically, acrobatics is slightly better.
Wait, what?
Slightly. It's a 2.
Okay, 1 second here. I gotta shrink you guys down again because this is one of those stupid, one square is 10 feet areas.
Oh.
I think we need to help the others.
Yeah, my athletics are -1.
How did their roads competitive?
Athletics.
Athletics is based on strength. What rogue goes strength?
I know, but can't we do acrobatics as well?
Well, that's what I was gonna say, because my acrobatics are a little bit better.
Yeah, that's my.
Well, apparently, if you use the rope, you don't even have to make a check.
But still, not.
No, use the rope, people.
Yeah, I'll just use the rope.
Yeah, no, I was looking. Apparently, there's just nothing. It just says if you don't use the rope, it's a DC 15 Strength Athletics check to climb up or down.
I think
That's a weird add to that. Like,
use acrobatics to try and kung fu dodgeball.
Maybe they think someone would try to cut the rope to take the rope with them, I guess, but what adventurer doesn't carry rope with them?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna look and see if I had rope, and I do.
Y'all would better have rope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have rope. I had to actually look at my inventory, but I'm pretty sure that's obvious.
I thought the trick was like just to hold on to the rope or something. But it's like, oh,
There is a passage to the north as well. I just can't disable the wall because they decided to trace the whole room with that freaking line.
Hey!
So, will we go left or right?
Right.
I'm going to flip a coin.
Yes, which way?
All right. Heads is
I
going
swear
to
this is a reference.
Which way would you like to go?
Go. Oh, Labyrinth. I love that movie.
Oh, you want the greatest movies ever.
All right, we're going down.
We're going that way.
Alright.
Well, considering Moon is facing this way, that is to the left, so that's okay.
Okay, you guys are breaking up a little there.
Yeah, we're getting a little leggy.
Oh, 20 was getting a little laggy.
Alright. 1 second here. And I'll
Why roll 20 are you failing us?
There you go. Apparently, it just does not like having the advanced fog of war when I'm running 2 different versions of it, even on this awesome computer.
Okay. Rolling stealth.
Stealth.
Well, I mean, I enjoy stealth, so yes. I rolled poorly, but that happens.
Anyone else rolling stealth before we continue?
Lily, help us.
Yeah, I will. I will, because mine actually quite good. Where's myself?
Towards the bottom.
Okay. Bolt, are you gonna roll?
You can't really drag us down. All you can do is help. Because
What?
right now we're looking at Raspberry's 12.
Alright, that's perfectly average.
Okay, so 12 is
No,
good.
that's below average.
Because you rolled an 8. Anyways, the area consists of numerous intersecting passages. The ceilings here are only 6 feet high, and several of the passages end in partially excavated rock faces. So yeah.
So this is definitely a worn passage.
Razzle is going to flip the coin again. Okay, we're going up.
No. Let's go the same way we did last time. That's how you do it smartly, explore a dungeon.
Fine, Mom.
Are you really calling my character Mom?
Yes. Are you gonna move your token here anyway?
Oh yeah.
How tall are these kids?
Well, the tunnels you're in are 6 feet high. Otherwise, they're normally like around 10 feet.
No, Chris. I can't. Well, okay, fine. I'm walking on the ceiling then because I can.
Okay.
Spider cat. Or sorry, spider fox.
Spider Fox.
Fat Fox.
Spider Fox.
Fat Fox, dang it.
Spider Bat.
The spider.
No.
Spider Bat.
Alright,
So-
so I guess we're going.
Moon, as you guys approach this room, first there's some box text. Many tunnels intersect this natural 30-foot-high cavern. The walls are covered with simple reliefs showing dwarf and gnome miners hard at work. Below them, nearly 24 skeletons and rusted scraps of armor scatter across the cavern floor. Some are dwarf skeletons, while others are orc remains. Half a dozen brass lanterns stand in niches or on ledges around the cavern, but none are lit. Moon, since you are walking along the ceiling, you notice a bunch of bat-like creatures, which normally would have gotten the drop on you, but...
You're walking on the ceiling.
Yep.
It sounds like it's time to Hail of Thorns.
Yep, so, but right now it's time for another more sinister threat.
Oh.
Rolling initiative.
The dreaded initiative method.
I rolled above average. I am happy. She had to get her charger.
I'm
Now,
back.
welcome back. Roll initiative.
Welcome back.
Going to move up with the rest of the party.
Okay. Are we rolling initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
10.
Alright, I have to move you a little forward to about where you would have started noticing them.
Mhm.
Yep. Let me find my initiative. There it is.
Alright. I'm just gonna have you roll. Yeah, where's Sturge? I'm gonna just do it in two different groups. Just because there's so many of them, I do not want to give them each a turn. Alright. Wow, Moon. Surprisingly, you act first.
What do you mean, surprisingly?
Your dice, and I'm sorry.
You're acting like there's times he hasn't gone first.
Okay. Bonus action. Hail of Thorns. Just that way. That's there. And I'm going to be aiming for that one.
Okay, and that's everyone within 5 feet of it, right?
Yep.
Alright, roll your to hit.
Yippee-pow! Ah, yeah.
Pew pew pew.
Alright, you know what? Just because there is so much overkill going on right now, I'm going to double your radius.
You're gonna like shred them all before.
Oh no, I'm getting hit by the thorns.
They're 30 feet up. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. That's part of why he's going, yeah, I don't care. Wham!
1 second.
It's raining thorns.
Hallelujah.
Ah! Did we trigger a spike drop or something? Oh, it's just him.
Yeah, no, I'm just good. That's what I'm gonna give you. Is it's gonna double radius, because you know how many hit points these things have? 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna clear this place out easily with what I'm about to do too.
Okay. Well, in that case, then all of those are dead, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna aim at that one, so that way those are still punched up.
I'm just gonna kill. You just killed the full first group.
So have it on pew pew!
Okay, which one were you aiming at?
That one.
Yeah. Tell me, can you do less than 2 damage?
No.
Then don't roll damage.
But it's fun, Mom.
Stop ruining this fun, Mom.
Okay, Razzle, you actually, because you're... oh well, you know what, they're still... Moon actually technically surprised the Sturges, honestly, so everyone gets to act normally.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright. How high up in the air did you say they were?
30 feet.
Damn it, that's too many feet.
Yep.
Well, you can rain action for if they come after you.
Okay, I'm just gonna be here and I'm gonna hold my action till, if they come within 15 feet, I'm gonna blow fire.
Okay.
Just roast them.
Just, you know what, they're coming for you now that you've come up as a, funny enough, warm body.
Yeah.
Warm.
Just roll it. You're basically getting it right away because their turn's right after you.
They all did.
Yeah, they just die.
Are those the bat tokens?
No, those are the Sturges.
We have to protect the women folk, okay?
We can protect ourselves.
Yeah, we are strong, independent women.
We don't need you men.
See, I told you I could breathe fire.
And speaking of...
You're just upset I got to kill him first.
Well, we're actually at kind of a good stopping point here.
Aww.
Okay.
It's just about 10 o'clock my time, and I do have work in the morning, so...
Yeah, fair enough.
Or do you?
I'm pretty
I'm
sure,
sure he does.
Or do you?
And I also assume that other people living in my house want me to stop talking to you guys.
Yeah. I understand. No worries.
Alright, to those watching at home in the past, present, and future, I bid you a good night. And remember, have your house checked for Sturges daily. Our specialized people can breathe fire at them and shoot thorns and such to deal with any infestations that may have already occurred. And good night.
Good.